Here's the last 24 hours in geopolitics. In Iran, Tehran blames Netanyahu for failed talks. Tehran has claimed that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is the main reason why the nuclear talks between the US and Iran in Islamabad failed. According to Iranian officials, Netanyahu made a phone call to President Trump during the negotiations and convinced him to take a harder line. Iran says this interference destroyed any chance of reaching a deal. The talks, which lasted many hours, ended without any agreement. In Spain reopens embassy in Tehran. Spain has reopened its embassy in Tehran after many years. Many analysts are seeing this as a big diplomatic shift. Spain appears to be slowly moving away from the Western Bloc, especially the United States, and getting closer to the Eastern Bloc, including stronger ties with China. This move is being closely watched because it shows that some European countries are now trying to follow an independent policy instead of fully supporting the US position on Iran. In Gulf, Iran warns about Gulf ports and waterways. Iran has issued a strong warning about the Gulf ports and sea routes. Iranian officials said clearly, the Gulf waterways will either be open for everyone or for no one. This statement appears to be a direct threat that if the US or Israel tries to block Iranian ports or ships, Iran will close the Strait of Hormuz for all countries. The message is aimed at stopping any plans to isolate Iran economically. Tension in the Gulf region is now very high because of this. In Europe, NATO allies refused Trump's Hormuz blockade. Several NATO member countries have clearly refused to join President Trump's plan to blockade the Strait of Hormuz. The US wants to stop Iranian oil exports by blocking this important sea route, but key NATO allies say they will not participate in such a military operation. European countries fear that blocking the strait could cause a major global oil crisis, higher fuel prices, and even a wider war. This disagreement shows a growing split between America and its European allies over how to deal with Iran. In China calls for calm over Trump's Iran blockade plan. China has urged all sides to stay calm and avoid escalation after President Trump announced plans to blockade the Strait of Hormuz. Chinese officials said the situation is very dangerous and any blockade could seriously damage the global economy. China, which buys a large amount of oil from the Middle East, warned that such a move would raise oil prices sharply around the world. Beijing called for peaceful talks and said it is ready to help reduce tensions between the US and Iran.
Like, comment, and subscribe.